Hello, I'm John Bachman. That Ebola patient in Texas may have exposed as many as 80 people to the disease before being admitted to the hospital. That's according to several reports this morning, and it's up drastically from the original estimate of about 18. That included kids.
Some school-age children have been identified as having had contact with the patient and are now being monitored at home for any signs of the disease.
Timothy Eric Duncan is in serious condition in a Dallas hospital right now. His brother is in North Carolina.
They're crying for his son. I'm worried about my brother, and I'm over here trying to figure out what the deal is.
Well, Duncan had recently traveled to Liberia. Another one of his brothers says he was tested for the disease in West Africa before traveling to the States, but that test came back clean. And as Texas officials try to track people there, we have another possible case in Hawaii. That patient's in isolation undergoing tests at Queens Medical Center in Honolulu for a possible Ebola infection.
We don't know exactly why this person is ill, but because we have concerns regarding Ebola as a possibility, even if a distant one, they are taking all the precautions that are necessary.
Well, the tests from the patient in Hawaii may take a few days before they come back. The samples had to be sent to the mainland to be analyzed. Well, plans in Israel to move forward with new settlements in East Jerusalem are drawing anger. The anti-settlement group called Peace Now is questioning the Israeli Prime Minister's commitment to a two-state solution and at the U.S. State Department.
This development will only draw condemnation from the international community, distance Israel from even its closest allies, poison the atmosphere not only with the Palestinians, but also with the very Arab governments with which Prime Minister Netanyahu said he wanted to build relations.
That coming just after a meeting between Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and President Obama. The administration repeatedly urged Israeli officials to stop this settlement expansion. And in Hong Kong, pro-democracy protesters booing the Chinese flag. In another protest, umbrellas were up again, a sign of solidarity against tear gas being fired into the crowd by police. Protesters are demanding that Beijing stay out of Hong Kong politics. And a Florida man faces a life sentence after being convicted of killing a teenager. Michael Dunn fired 10 shots into a car carrying the victim, Jordan Davis, back in November of 2012 in Jacksonville during a fight over loud music. Dunn says he thought Davis had a gun and was firing in self-defense, but no other gun was ever found. And in the skies outside Charlottesville, Virginia, police are now using a drone to look for clues in the disappearance of UVA student Hannah Graham. She's been missing now for nearly 3 weeks. The main suspect in the disappearance, Jesse Matthew, is expected again in court later today on separate charges of reckless driving. We'll have another Newsmax Now update coming up for you in 30 minutes. I'm John Bachman. We'll send it back now to JD in America's Forum.